filling almost half of an entire continent, a land of immense rivers, endless rainforest and boundless energy, lies the giant of South America, Brazil. Home to around 215 million people, it is the fifth largest country on the entire planet and by far the largest in the southern hemisphere. It is a land of staggering superlatives, the largest rainforest on Earth, the mightiest of all rivers, some of the most beautiful cities in the world, the greatest carnival on the planet, and a football team crowned champions of the world more times than any other. This is Brazil, seen from above. Welcome to Aerial Atlas. Brazil covers a colossal 8.5 million square kilometers, making it the fifth largest country in the world, and it borders almost every other nation in South America. The equator crosses its vast northern reaches, giving much of the country a hot, tropical climate. The north and west are dominated by the immense Amazon basin. The center rises into a great plateau of savanna, and along the east stretches more than 7,000 kilometers of golden Atlantic coastline, where most of its great cities and most of its people are found. It is a country built on an almost unimaginable scale. And the green heart of Brazil is the Amazon. This is the largest tropical rainforest on the entire planet, a colossal, unbroken sea of green so vast that it is often called the lungs of the earth, breathing out oxygen and shaping the climate of the whole world. Through it winds the Amazon River, the mightiest river anywhere on the planet, carrying more water than the next several largest rivers on Earth combined, so wide in places that you cannot see from one bank to the other. This single breathing ecosystem is home to an unmatched, almost unimaginable richness of life. Millions of species of insects, plants, fish, birds, and animals, many of them still completely unknown to science, hidden deep beneath the endless canopy. On the southeastern coast lies the dazzling city of Rio de Janeiro, one of the most beautiful and dramatic urban settings on Earth. Here, green mountains plunge straight into the blue sea, golden beaches like the famous Copacabana and Ipanema curve along the shore, and the iconic granite peak of Sugarloaf Mountain rises from the harbor. And watching over it all, with arms outstretched from the summit of Corcovado Mountain, stands the colossal statue of Christ the Redeemer, one of the new 7 wonders of the world, and the eternal symbol of Brazil itself. But Rio is not the biggest city. That title belongs to Sao Paulo, a vast, pulsing megacity of more than 20 million people, an endless ocean of skyscrapers stretching to the horizon. This is the financial and industrial powerhouse of the entire nation, and one of the largest cities anywhere on the planet. And the capital is neither of these. It is Brasilia, a city carved from the empty central plateau in just a few years in the 1950s, a masterpiece of futuristic modernist architecture by Oscar Niemeyer, now itself a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Beyond the cities and the rainforest, Brazil holds yet more natural wonders. On its southern border with Argentina thunder the spectacular Iguazu Falls, a vast horseshoe of hundreds of cascades amid the jungle. And in the southwest spreads the Pantanal, the largest tropical wetland on Earth, a flooded paradise teeming with caimans, capybaras, giant otters, and colorful birds, and the single best place anywhere in the world to see jaguars in the wild. From wetland to rainforest to waterfall, Brazil is one of the most biodiverse countries on the entire planet. Brazil's story began when Portuguese navigators arrived in the year 1500, and for centuries it was the largest colony of Portugal. This is why, uniquely in South America, Brazilians speak Portuguese rather than Spanish. The Portuguese brought enslaved Africans in enormous numbers to work the sugar and coffee plantations, and that immense, painful history gave Brazil one of the largest populations of African descent anywhere outside of Africa, profoundly shaping the nation's music, food, religion, and soul. Brazil declared its independence in 1822, and grew into the vast, diverse republic of today. And out of that incredible mixing of peoples, indigenous, Portuguese, African, and later immigrants from Italy, Japan, and beyond, came one of the most vibrant cultures on Earth. Brazil is the home of samba, of bossa nova, and above all of Carnival. Each year, the country erupts into the greatest party on the planet, as millions take to the streets, and Rio's spectacular samba parades fill the Sambadrome with a dazzling explosion of color, rhythm, feathers, and pure, unstoppable joy. In the historic city of Salvador, the deep Afro-Brazilian heritage pulses through its music, its food, and its faith. Brazil is also an economic giant, a powerhouse built on the riches of its vast land. It is the largest producer and exporter of coffee on the entire planet, and a global leader in soybeans, sugar, beef, and orange juice, a true agricultural superpower feeding much of the world. Beneath its soil lie great reserves of iron ore and other minerals, and off its coast, vast deposits of oil. With its enormous resources and huge domestic market, Brazil stands as one of the largest economies anywhere in the world, and the undisputed giant of Latin America. Brazilian life is lived with warmth, color, and an irrepressible love of being together. This is a nation of the beach, of music on every corner, of long meals shared with family and friends. There is the sizzling churrasco, the great Brazilian barbecue, feijoada, the rich national stew of black beans and pork, ice-cold drinks under the tropical sun, and a famous, easygoing friendliness that visitors never forget. From the Amazon to the favelas of Rio, Brazilians face life with a resilience, a creativity, and a joy that is utterly their own. But there is one thing above all others that beats at the very heart of the Brazilian soul: football. No nation on earth loves the game more, or has played it more beautifully. Brazil is the most successful footballing country in all of history, crowned champions of the world a record 5 times, in 1958, 1962, 1970, 1994, and 2002. This is the land of the immortal Pelé, widely regarded as the greatest player who ever lived, and of countless other legends who turned football into an art form, dancing and dazzling the entire world. From the young boys and girls playing barefoot on the beaches of Rio to the deafening roar of the legendary Maracana Stadium, football here is not merely a sport but a true religion, a national identity, and a pure, unfiltered expression of joy. The national team, the Seleção, in their iconic gold and yellow shirts, the Carnival, carry the dreams, the hopes, and the boundless passion of an entire nation of 215 million people on their shoulders. Forever the kings of the beautiful game, and hungry now for a record-extending 6th world title, Brazil march proudly and brilliantly on once more towards the 2026 World Cup. A giant of rainforest and river, of mountains and beaches, of samba, sunshine, and footballing genius, the beating, joyful heart of South America. That was Brazil from above. If you enjoyed the journey, subscribe. Here on Aerial Atlas, we fly over a new country every single day.